For a table, we need to identify that pattern that we talked about. So we have our x values and our y values. When we look at this pattern, we say, how do we get from 14 to 10? You notice it is going down, but this would be minus 4. Well, what about from 10 to 6? Minus 4. 6 to 2, minus 4. 2 to negative 2, minus 4. We check our x's to make sure that they follow a common pattern. Our x's go up by 1 every time. Since this has a pattern of addition and subtraction, we know that this is linear, which tells us we'll be using y equals mx plus b. We have to identify both our m and our b. Well, m is the change in the y values divided by the change in the x values. So our slope is negative 4. Our b is our y-intercept. If we look at this table, our y-intercept is where the x value is 0. So we have a y-intercept of 6. This tells us that our equation is y equals negative 4x plus 6. To find the slope, you also could have picked any 2 points from the table after you've confirmed that the pattern holds the whole time, and you plugged it into the slope formula. Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. If we look at our second scenario, we'd grab our calculators because, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to subtract that in my head. 3,125 minus 625. Here it goes down. We subtracted 2,500. Here we subtracted 500. Well, we can already see that this is not constant. So let's switch and look at multiplication. We want to know 625 times what number gives us 3,125. So I would say 625 divided by 3,125. Throw that in my calculator. That gives me 1/5. So let's check and see if it holds true. Is 625 times 1/5 125? Yes. Is 125 times 1/5 25? Yes. Is 25 times 1/5 5? Yes. We do need to confirm that our x values increase by the same number of units each time, which is 1. So we've confirmed that this is exponential. We need to identify a and b. A is our initial value. Just like in the linear situation previously, we find the y-intercept. So where x is 0, that tells us that our a is 125. Our b is a factor of 1/5 because we multiply by 1/5 every time. Remember, to find this, you can take one term and divide it by the term preceding it. So here I used 625 divided by 3,125. That simplifies to 1/5. Now that I have a and b, I can write my equation. Y equals 125 times 1/5 to the x power. Y'all try the next two.